Okay. Hello. Welcome to Emit English's advanced English class. This is a free class and you can sign up for the class or have your friends sign up for the class at our website, emitenglish.com. It's very easy to do. Just click on Planes. If you are wanting to sign up, if you found us through YouTube and you want to sign up, maybe you don't speak Spanish, but planes is plans and clases gratis are free classes. So if you click on those, then it is very easy. And this is register. Registrate is register. Click there, and you can enter your email, your phone number, the information. We are working on having an English site made, and that will make it easier for all our advanced students around the world to sign up. Okay. Well, our advanced classes um, are really about kind of building the flesh onto the skeleton of English. We've developed a skeleton in our intermediate classes um, and using a lot of sentence frames, questions and answers. And then our advanced students could be anywhere from professionals to people who are just leaving our intermediate level of classes. If you've been in my beginner or intermediate class, you know that I speak very slowly and clearly. And really the objective in the advanced class is to switch from that. So I'm not slowing down today. I'm speaking at a normal pace. And we want to get your ears accustomed to that, to hearing expressions, to seeing, our mannerisms. Um, we're going to develop your ability to communicate as naturally as possible. Last week, if you watch our advanced class from last week, we also talked about how the language that you're bringing to English is a strength. So we don't want to eliminate that as a strength, but we do want to change the way you speak in English to be very natural and then to proactively include things from your old language as a strength in communication. So feel free to watch our old class. And with me today is Achilles, and I am trying to learn to say his name. So Achilles, welcome to class today.
Yeah,
And
yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, actually you pronounced it very yeah, it was correct. Yeah.
oh, okay, very good. Well,
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's what we're all doing as language learners.
exactly.
In this world, I have a mentor, um, and he runs an important website and in the world. I won't say which one, but he runs an important website, and he talks to me about 360-degree communication. He says that anything that we say today is being talked about in a native language around the world the next day.
Exactly.
So we are always just one or two steps from people in China or people in Indonesia or people in Africa talking about our conversation, and it can happen so fast. And so we have to be aware that learning languages is a part of the modern world. We have to be
Mhm.
aware
Yeah,
of other languages. And English is a great bridge language. Greek in the old world was a bridge language, and French, of course, we have the expression in English and many European languages where we say lingua franca because French was the language of the world. And right now, English is that language. And um, we're lucky to have Achilles because India is the second largest English-speaking country in the world.
yeah,
And I mean, that's amazing. And they have their own dialects of English. Um,
yeah,
but one of the things about that is um, learning a native English. And in this class, I combine British English with Peppa Pig with American English because those are the two countries that really speak English natively. And we want to pull all of our English speakers in the world, whether they're the Philippines, whether it's people in Japan. We want to pull everyone together to a closer pronunciation so that we can understand each other. And now, we don't necessarily want to eliminate distinction, but we want that distinction to be within a natural native English. So that's what our advanced class is really, really about. Um, com Language is about communication, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah,
If it wasn't, then we could not have education, we could not communicate with each other, and that would be a sad world to live in.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so in our advanced class, it's very, open, free, the way we advance through things, but we do try to follow. Oh, here's my lesson plan over here. Okay, we do try to stick a little bit to our Peppa Pig video. Um, so where did that go? This week was Peppa Pig season 1, episode 7, Mummy Pig at Work. So this is a good episode. I mean, it was published years ago, and but in this episode, the mother pig is working from home, which we all have to do now in this pandemic. And so there's a lot of good English in here, and so we're going to explore some of that. Our vocabulary words are always highlighted in the lesson plan. So when you're looking at this, you can say, okay, these are not vocabulary words. These are just notes or things to practice. But here's our vocabulary words. Is working
Yeah,
as a verb. So we're going to do this present progressive is so important, isn't it? Akhilesh, do you use
yeah,
this a
exactly.
lot?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I use it a lot. Yeah,
Do you feel like it's different than, say, when you're talking in Hindi? Do you have a present progressive in Hindi, and do you use it as much as we do in English?
exactly. I mean, we do have a present progressive in Hindi as well, and yeah, we use it quite often.
You do use it a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
In Spanish, they have present progressive, which is like this, está trabajando, but they often just use the infinitive in place of the present progressive. So for things happening now, they might say to work.
To yeah, to work. Okay.
And so that's very different for them. So for you Spanish speakers, you're going to have to figure out when. When would I say this? When would I say the other thing? So we're going to try to expose you to that. And
Exactly.
really, the rule in English is this: anything that is over time or through time, or something current. Because
Mhm.
now in English is a moving line. Time is running away from us in English, so now is always a moving thing. So it counts as over time or through time. Okay, so we'll skip down to our question and answers, and because this is really what we do in intermediate, is we do question and answer sentence frames. And then we destroy the frames. We get rid of them in advance, and we say, okay, we can make whatever sentences we want. um, so, did you watch the Peppa Pig video, Akish?
Uh, I didn't get time to watch the
That's
video,
fine.
but yeah.
Okay, well, we will not use the exact um, sentence, but let's see. I'm trying to think. What is the name of one of your professors?
Okay, so one of my professors' name is Dr. Lily Du.
Dr. Lily Do. Okay. What is Dr. Lily doing?
Oh,
And then
okay,
you
that's a
just
good
make up
question.
a pretend answer.
Okay, okay, that's a pretty good question. Yeah. So she is teaching online.
Hmm, Right, she's teaching online. Is that because all of your professors are teaching online?
Exactly. Yeah. In the wake of this pandemic, everyone is teaching online.
Yes. In the wake of this pandemic, everyone, did you say everyone is teaching online?
Yeah, yeah, everyone is teaching.
Teaching online.
And
Okay.
all, yeah, all the professors. Yeah.
Yeah, or yeah, all the professors are. So everyone is, or all the professors are teaching online. So this is perfect. You get a snapshot here of how we stay in present progressive.
Exactly.
Is doing, is teaching,
Is teaching.
are teaching, and
Mhm.
are teaching. Because we are talking about an ongoing pandemic, we are just going to stay right in present progressive verb tense. And
Exactly.
that, for Spanish speakers, that's very strange. I don't know about in Hindi or other Indian languages, but that is so in your mind, you almost have to think like está enseñando.
Uh-huh.
¿Qué está haciendo? This is the
Yeah.
Spanish. So,
Yeah.
but they would not necessarily, they understand, you Spanish speakers in chat, you understand present progressive when English speakers use it wrong. But but we do use it very differently. I just realized I don't have chat open and I'm so sorry guys. Let me open chat and see if any of you are in chat. Um, there are some. Okay. Please say hi if you're in chat. Hello. Okay. So because you're advanced students, you probably want to interact with us. So when I'm asking Akilish a question, feel free to type your answers in chat, okay? And just like I'm writing down and interacting with his answers, I will try to interact with your answers from the chat. And we're going to try to include other students in our audio format. Um, so one way that we do that is we use the program called Discord, okay? Discord you can download. Let me just, I'll paste it into this chat and then I will also send it to you all again on WhatsApp. I sent it last time, but just in case there's some more of you who haven't gotten it, here's that. And you also need to have an invite.
Mhm.
Um, the invite I will also send. So if you download Discord, you can then use that invite to get into our Emit English language group. And that's a place where we can work on some homework together. I can generate assignments where, say, you ask a question and everybody gives their own answer to it so that we're kind of seeing, are we developing our grammar? How are we doing with that? Um, and of course, you can interact with other students. You can share language resources that you've found, things like that. By developing a community, it will really, really help. Hi, Manuel, Juan Manuel. Um, are you an advanced student, Juan? Or let's see. Okay. Well, let's go to the next question. That was really good. Oh, I do want to mention in the wake of, this is a very good expression that Achilles used, in the wake of this pandemic. Okay. Awake is the water um, that goes out from behind a boat. So you know when you are driving a boat through the water, you create two waves in a V. That is the wake.
Yeah.
That's the wake. And so we think of the pandemic as creating this V of water that is following along behind, but it changes things, right? So, and it's a great expression when we talk about something that is ongoing
Hmm.
and and yet we are behind it. We're kind of all being dragged behind a boat of, of the pandemic. So, such a good expression to learn. All right. So we asked about Dr. Lily and what she is doing today. But let's switch up here and talk about an explanation of priorities. In the episode of Peppa Pig, Mommy Pig has a lot of work to do, a lot of important work today.
Mhm.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
kids want to be with mommy and they want to watch what mommy's doing and they want to play computer games. So the parents are trying to explain
Hmm.
that mommy has a lot of important work today.
Yeah.
And so I kind of made a question that's not in the episode. What does Mommy Pig have to do today? Because we're really explaining priorities. Sometimes we explain priorities in response to a different question. Um, so somebody says, can you have lunch with me today? So let's see. Let's make it Dr. Lily. Can Dr. Lily have lunch today? And then we have this, what does she have to do today? So how could you answer that?
Uh,
It,
Dr. Lily probably couldn't be able to have lunch with you today because she is quite busy in uh, writing one of the research papers that she's gonna publish in a very reputed journal next month.
writing an important what?
Journal,
Writing an
research
important,
paper. Yeah,
yeah, she's
yeah,
quite busy.
yeah.
Writing
She's
an
quite busy.
important journal. An important paper? An important report? Paper.
Yeah, you can say report here.
An important report.
Mm.
That she has to publish
Yeah,
for
so that yeah,
a journal
yeah, for a journal. Yeah,
next week, next month. What is
yeah,
the
next
deadline?
month. Next
Ah,
month. Yeah,
next
yeah.
month. Okay, good, good, good. So let's look at this kind of an answer. We're asking if she is available to have lunch today. Now, this have is um, is like possess to have a phone, but to have a thing, a meeting. We can have a meeting in English. And then we're going to look here at this have or has in the answer sentence, and it's different. It is like the has a lot of important work today. Okay, I switched what you said a little bit to include that. Um, she is quite busy writing an important report that she has to publish. So when we have a deadline or an expectation, we often just use have and has. We we sometimes use need, right, Achilles? Do you which do you hear more, has or need?
Uh, yeah. I mean, I use both of them as it goes. I mean, it depends on the flow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It is a hard thing to explain when we would use one or the other. Um,
yeah,
there is, I think, more of an urgency with need.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah,
I would say like urgency or immediacy. I would use need, okay? But
yeah.
expectation and plans, I think I would prefer have or has, okay?
Ever has. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Now, that's not, they are interchangeable. You can use them and you're not going to miscommunicate. But here in our advanced class, we want to think about, oh, how do I use that? How do I hear that? And this is how I would
yeah.
explain it.
Can I point out something?
Yeah, yeah, let me know.
Yeah, so let us consider an example where I have a deadline tomorrow to submit
Mhm.
my assignment, and then I would say that I have to do this assignment because its deadline is tomorrow at night. But when when actually to tomorrow, when we go to the tomorrow and I haven't done the assignment till the point, it's almost like just 2 hours before the deadline, then I will say that I need to do this assignment, and not I have to do this assignment. Yeah, so that can be a distinction, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that means goodbye.
Yep.
That is like a
Exactly.
polite way of saying no, goodbye. And
Goodbye.
you know,
Yeah.
in there is a so in Spanish they have an expression tengo que irme. Uh, this
Okay.
means I have to go. I
Okay.
have to go. Okay? And
Tengo
we
que
have
irme.
I have to. Yeah, I have to go.
Okay.
But
Okay.
we we can we can turn it up a notch in English. Um,
Yeah.
so we might say I have to go, and then people might keep talking. If we say I have to go, somebody might keep talking to us, and then we could say no, really,
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
go now.
I need to go. Exactly.
So this is
Exactly.
that just staging up in importance and
Exactly.
immediacy.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Very good. Good. So if you said I need to go, and then you said I need to go, and then you said I need to go, that would not be advanced English. We're gonna start
Exactly.
with I have to go, and then when we really
Yeah.
need to go,
Exactly.
we're gonna say I
Yeah.
need to go, and and you're gonna hear that it's almost a pleading,
Yeah.
like a begging. I need to go.
Need to
I
go. Yeah.
really need to go. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but I really need to go. That is a I'm sorry, but I really need to go. Let me just add some extra e's here. Need to go. You will
So
hear
yeah.
that often in natural
Yeah.
English.
Yeah. You hear that quite often. Yeah.
And then you
And
know,
also
stop reeling them in. You need to let them go.
exactly. And I think in colloquial English, there is this expression called as "I gotta go." They use quite often in movies and in TV series where they say that "I got to go," "I gotta go."
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually a good equivalent of "I need to go" or I should rush now.
And it actually is I have
I've
got
got to go.
to
Yeah,
go.
yeah, exactly.
So
I gotta go. Yeah,
so what we've got here is we drop the have,
yeah,
we
exactly.
keep the got.
Yeah,
Um, and got is totally an expression. Get means to obtain or acquire something. Um, but we do use it. Um, well, have means to have something too. So we take both of those words and we bring it into this expression. And yeah, we don't say I've got to go or I have got to go, but we do say I gotta go. Oh no, I gotta go. A lot of times we
exactly.
use this with a discovery. Um,
Yeah,
I notice my watch or my phone. Oh no, it's 10 o'clock. I've got to go. Um, is that how you hear it, or do you hear it differently?
no, no, that's exactly how I hear it. Yeah,
Okay, so surprise and discovery, and then I gotta go, and it's very
I gotta
short. I
go.
gotta go, and
I gotta
that's
go.
why we're editing out the to, and we're editing out the have, and we're giving a lot of emotion with our response. I gotta go. Oh no, I gotta go. I think that's probably the one we hear most is, oh no, I gotta go.
Yeah. So basically, I guess. the verb is very important in these expressions. I mean, yeah, we have to go, so I gotta go. So what you have to do. So what's there that you wanna do?
Yes.
You wanna go? Yeah, that's why gotta.
Good. And so this really is more similar, even though it's have, got, it's more similar to the I need to go, but it has this suddenness,
Yeah,
surprise, suddenness. I just noticed something, a discovery. Um, let's see. Yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah.
that
So
is how I would describe it.
basically, yeah. For example, like you have booked an Uber and the driver is waiting for you, and
Ding.
it's yeah, it's about time. It's about time. It's because Uber drivers just wait for only 5 minutes, and it's let us say it's only 1 minute left. Yeah. So then you would say that, yeah, I gotta go, man. I gotta go. Yeah,
And sometimes we say, I gotta run.
yeah. I gotta run. I gotta run now.
I
Yeah.
gotta run. And that means not, that implies like your speed. So,
Yep.
so go just means now I need to exit. But if I say I've got to run, I mean I'm actually going to have to be rude in my speed. Like I'm going to grab stuff and I'm going to kind of like dodge people and not say hi to someone that we're not going to do that. Like if I've got to run, I might bump into someone's shoulder. Oh, bump. Uh,
Exactly.
so you're going to see this might be American rudeness. Um, in the
As
Spanish
we said,
culture,
as we said, like time is very important. So yeah. So when it comes to time, you have to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
good. So yeah, we use run more when we have a sense of feeling late. Now, we always feel late in America, but when we're really late, then I gotta run. Okay, very good. So let's see. Watch. We use the word watch for a lot of things, and I think it can be a little bit hard in English to differentiate between um, see, look, watch, stare. So these are different words that we use. But watch
Exactly.
is really what we use for TV. Um, oh, I know another one is observe.
Observe. Yeah.
Observe. Observe and watch can be very close.
Exactly.
Um, we can actually, if watch is closer to looking, the
Yeah.
verb watch kind of implies that it's ongoing. So when I say I like to watch TV, I mean over the whole time of an episode. Um, versus if I say I like to look at art, that might mean, oh, I like this painting. And then I move on and I look at this painting. And that
Yeah.
is much briefer. It's more of a moment thing. Um, notice is also um,
Yeah.
to see in a brief way.
Yeah.
So the kids in Peppa Pig say, "Can we sit and watch you work?" Have you ever had someone ask you if they can watch you work?
Yeah. When I was in my 12th grade, I was doing a project, and I remember I was working uh, on a small, like there were we used to use acrylic sheets to make a building, and then we had to submit that as a project in our final exams. And then my brother, he was a like a kid then back then. Then he was like, yeah, can I watch you do that? And I was like, yeah, sure, you can watch me do that. You can help me as well in this in building this small structure using acrylic sheets. Yeah,
Very good, very good.
yeah, yeah.
Was it in English? Was the conversation in English or are you transliterating it?
Actually, the conversation wasn't in English. I mean, yeah, I mean,
Okay,
I and my brother, we were talking in my native language.
very good, very good.
Yeah,
Okay, good. So that's the idea is an observer, a person who simply is watching, but then you included your brother in helping too. And sometimes that's the best thing we can do when someone wants to watch us, because otherwise they are just staring over our shoulders and they can be very distracting. I liked
yeah,
this thing that these people are selling for advertising. But here's this guy watching him, and he does not like to be watched.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so this can be watch, and of course here is work. Um, and then I will tell you that with my children, when my children watch me work, this is how I feel. This is what it's like in the Peppa Pig episode. So it's good that your brother was not quite like this. But
Oh, yeah, I just saw the picture. Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. Mm,
Okay, so
mm,
they are watching their mom work. And of
yeah,
course, she is getting a lot done. And businesses these days are very concerned about their employees who are working from home. My
exactly.
friend who is a plumbing engineer, um,
Oh,
his old company, he just got an awesome new job, but his old company was was concerned, like, would their employees be productive enough? They were wondering if they were going to lose money. And
exactly, exactly.
and
Yeah,
so this is a thing. So this is the idea of watch. I know my wife does not like when people watch her while she's on the phone. So when
exactly.
she's on the phone, she goes out of the room. And sometimes I am a foolish husband and I wonder who she is talking to. So I follow her and I'm watching her. And then I realize, oh no, she does not want me to watch her. So
Yeah,
that is how we can use this word watch. Um,
exactly.
look is going to be so different. We're going to use look when we want to show someone something. It's more of
Exactly.
a command, like, look at my phone.
Yeah,
Look at this picture. Look at the picture that I have. Isn't this a funny picture? Oh, look at it. So we're
look
going
at
to
it.
switch
Yeah.
to this idea of look. In Spanish, I don't know which verbs to choose for this. Should I use
Oh,
ver or mirar? There might be others, and I don't know how to choose it. And I am not an advanced Spanish student. I am a low intermediate. So if you're an intermediate student and you're here, if you're able to understand what we're talking about, you will understand like, oh no, there are so many words to pick from. Well,
exactly.
it's okay to mess up when you're an intermediate student.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
we're going to just strengthen and strengthen in our advanced classes and get more and more what we call nuance.
yeah.
Okay, both. I want to look at you plural. You plural. I think this can be a little bit um, complicated because people talk differently in you plural in different parts of the world. You're in Florida, and you're at
Mm-hmm.
a major university that mixes people from really all over the world. So I don't know how
Exactly.
much you're exposed to Southern English. But what I want to point out here is that we almost never say if you sit quietly if we're talking to more than one person. It is okay to say that. It's grammatically correct to say that. But we almost always add a quantifying adjective. Okay?
Yeah.
And is that consistent with what you have heard in America, Keelish?
Uh, uh, I mean, yeah, that's pretty consistent. But let us suppose that if there are only two persons who want to watch what you're doing, then you can say that yeah, you can both sit quietly and watch what I'm doing. And if there are more than two persons, then I would say that okay, you guys can sit and watch quietly what I'm doing.
Good job. Yes, you guys.
You
Very
guys, yeah,
good. This is why
yeah,
it's so good to have a student with us in our advanced class. Really
yeah,
in any of our classes, because
yeah,
we want to bring to your attention the things that we really hear in our practice of English. Okay? And you
exactly.
guys becomes really an adjective. It is a
Adjective, yeah,
noun. It is not an
yeah,
adjective, but we are
yeah. Now,
using it in the same way that we use both and in the same way that we use all. You guys.
all you guys, yeah.
And it's not generally offensive. It is, in English, some people are offended by gender specific things, but
Mm-hmm.
guys doesn't seem to be one that offends people. I hear it in women's basketball. I hear coaches address a group of all women and they say, "Hey, you guys," and it
Yeah,
doesn't seem to bother them. So it's a really, really good word to
yeah,
learn for when you're talking to a group. You're
yeah.
talking to a group. Now, I will say this, it is casual.
It's very
It
casual.
is
Yeah, it's very colloquial.
casual.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I would prefer all if I was giving a presentation to
exactly.
in an academic setting or a business setting. Um, I would say, thank you all for being here. Okay?
Thank
And
you all for being here. Yeah,
yeah, I would prefer all. But
yeah,
if I was at a party, I might say, thank you guys for
for being
coming
here.
today.
Yeah, for coming. Yeah,
Thank you guys for coming to my party. Okay?
and sometimes I have heard the reference of the word people in that context. Like, for example, you can say that, oh, you people can sit here and watch me quietly what I'm doing. Watch quietly what I'm doing. Sometimes, I mean, yeah,
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I'm trying to
yeah.
think like what context that is best used in.
Okay, okay, okay.
Because you're absolutely right. We do use that, but when do we use it? Hmm. Yeah, I think it's just okay. People
Okay.
can sit here. Uh, it's definitely when you're talking to a group.
Yeah,
You're
it's
not
definitely.
speaking to the people as individuals. Say you've got 10 people and 10 people, 10 people on the left, 10 people on the right, and you want to kind of designate the groups. Like, could you people sit over here
Yeah,
in these
exactly.
chairs, and you people can stand along the wall while you're waiting for a
Yeah,
seat. Okay, so
yeah,
it might be organizing groups. I might say that is a context that you would hear it. And this isn't to say that you wouldn't hear it another time, but I'm thinking about when we really use it.
yeah. And also, I mean, if you don't want to be gender specific, like in
Mm,
terms of guys, then instead of guys, you can say either all or people.
very good. Yeah. So it is a way to avoid gender specific and a possible offense. Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's a very good tool to have. The real world, um,
Mm-hmm.
when you're talking to a group of people, you don't know what their beliefs or their feelings are, and so you want to have as many tools as you can to communicate well. You never want to give offense accidentally. Uh, that's one of the
Exactly.
worst things in a second language is when you
Exactly.
accidentally give offense. And you know, when you're an intermediate student, that is not important. People are
Hmm.
not going to be offended because an
Yeah,
intermediate level language user messes up a language.
yeah, yeah.
But if you're talking like Achilles does in English, um, people begin to have an expectation that you know what you're trying to say. So you really want to develop these tools if you're using English professionally, or as an advanced speaker, because people are going to hold you to account. They're going to say, no, you're good at English. You offended me.
Yeah, you offended me. Yeah, yeah. But
So,
for example, yeah, for example, to give you an example, let us suppose you are an advanced English speaker and you are invited to for a little talk on a particular subject, and you're addressing both the genders, male as well as female. And then you cannot say, I mean, just after you end your talk, then like you might say that accidentally that, oh, it was nice meeting with you guys. Now, in that scenario, uh, I mean, people can get offended. So instead of saying that it was nice meeting with you guys, you can say that, oh, it was really nice meeting with you all, or you can say
yes.
that, yeah, 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 you people were really a great crowd. I mean, something like that. In that thought.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
You were really a great crowd. That's right. You
exactly.
know, that brings up something that I want to address.
Hmm.
Advanced students, I strongly encourage you as advanced students to watch comedy shows.
Exactly.
Watch comedy shows. The best speakers in any language are comedians. They know how to give offense, how not to give offense. They know how
Exactly.
to create moods, and they know how to just, they're the best communicators, I think, of anyone. You know, lawyers might know the language better than anyone, but do they know people? You
No.
know, because really a language is about communication, and comedians know people and they know the language. And so I really think that watching comedy shows is a very good way to make your
Yeah.
English really, really excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, even if you observe in day-to-day life, let us suppose that a comedian tells you a joke, and the same joke, a normal person tells you the same joke, then there are chances that you more likely you are to laugh on the joke that the comedian told you, because he knows how the words go together and how to kind of connect with the crowd. So yeah, that makes huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So you might even, if you can find a comedian that is from your language and they are
exactly.
communicating in a second language,
Hmm.
that would be a huge advantage to you. If you can find a Spanish-speaking comedian who does their routines in English, or uh, a Hindi-speaking comedian who speaks in English,
Yeah, and we have a
watch
lot of them.
their,
Yeah,
yeah, there's several who I like who are Indian, and there's several I like who are Spanish, um, and and it's so brilliant to see. You know, there's not a lot of English speakers who then go and do comedy in Spanish. So I am at a disadvantage to you guys.
yeah, that's
But
actually
but you
yeah,
guys have a
yeah,
huge advantage in learning English because there are many people who are coming from your language, going into English, and they are mastering their second language. The greatest
yep,
masters of the second language, just like the greatest masters of the first language, are the comedians. So
yeah, yeah,
they understand culture, they understand expressions and mannerisms, and it is such a powerful, powerful tool. I suggest that you pick a favorite one and you find their videos on YouTube, and and you watch them and take notes. you know? And feel free to bring your notes here. I see that there are 5 people in our class today, and you guys aren't
Mhm.
talking in chat, but you can. If you want to type to me in chat, you can type to me in chat. I've been checking.
Yeah.
And if you saw something that a comedian said and you thought, how should I use that? Why did he say it that way? Write it down. Bring it to our class here, and we'll talk about it. Just like Akilish, we're having a conversation about how to use language and
Hmm.
practicing how to use language. That's really what this advanced class is about. So
Yep.
now I do want to point out that if you were listening to the Peppa Pig episode, which I strongly encourage people, don't just listen to comedians, also listen to children's literature and children's programs. The reason is that it communicates basic expressions that every native speaker has. Every
Exactly.
native speaker knows and uses. Children's literature is the best for that. If you don't know an expression that is in children's literature, then you are really at a disadvantage when you're interacting with native speakers, because this person is going to say to this person something that it makes perfect sense for them because they've been saying it since they were 3 years old, and
Yep.
you have no idea what it is. And the only
Exactly.
way that you can get that kind of English is children's books and children's shows. There's no other way. I can't provide it to you all. You're not going to find a course that's perfect for it. Um, so I'll show you. I hate to stand up and move away, but right now I have a group of Chinese students, okay? And they're my best Chinese students. These are people who are going to change the world, okay? They are really, really intelligent. They're very, very smart, and um, they pay a ton of money to take English classes with me. And I started a group for them. All of their English is as good as Akilish's English, okay? Except for the 7-year-old girl that I included in the group. And I started a group with them where I am sending them pictures from Cat in the Hat, okay? And I'm reading it to them so that they can learn the cadence of the book because they can read
Exactly.
it and they know it. But, if you don't know Cat in the Hat, you don't know English. You might be an advanced student, but if you don't know what happens in this story, you are not going to know allusions that people are going to refer to. Um,
Exactly.
and so I really strongly suggest, and I'm going to, in our Discord group, there's I'm going to create a group. I think there even is. If you look here, I can bring it onto stream. Here's our Discord group. You can see that
Hmm.
some of our students have joined here, and here we're going to have this information. We're going to have notes and resources, okay? And
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
notes and resources thing, I'm going to add, uh, memes about language. Like, for instance, uh, I found this do or make. How do you choose do or make?
Hmm.
So I'm going to find things like this, this is a fantastic organization helping people learn English. I'm going to take that meme and I'm going to stick it in here in notes and resources, and so that, any of the students, intermediate, beginner, advanced students can look at it and see what that's like. But also, I'm going to talk about children's books, and I haven't figured out if in Discord if I can do audio recordings, um, but I may even do like a channel that is book readings, okay? And
Yeah.
you can find the book, uh, and but then you'll be able to listen to me read it, my point will be to help you understand, that perfect expression and also the pace that we read at. Like when I read this to my children, how does it sound? Because I could read it. The sun did not shine, it was too wet to play, so we sat in the house all that cold, cold, wet day. And that's very good reading.
Yeah,
Okay. But
yeah.
but when I read it to my kids, I would read it more like this. The sun did not shine. It was too wet to play, so we sat in the house all that cold, cold, wet day. You see how I pronounce cold, cold differently, okay? And so I may be uploading, just like I'm doing for my Chinese students, I may be uploading some audio recordings of my reading and that kind of thing. Um, Again, what we're trying to do then is give you a free resource that introduces you to very high level English as well as to the culture that is behind the English that you're learning. If you don't learn the culture behind it, you're not really learning the language, okay? Now you are if you're a beginner or intermediate, don't worry about it. That's where you're at. So, okay, well, Akilish, I hope that you got some stuff out of it.
Yeah,
I
exactly. When you mentioned about the juvenile literature, I mean that's actually a pretty good resource of learning English because as an advanced student, even I might find some things that I might not understand from the juvenile literature that I can again bring to you and then ask you how this can be used in context.
Absolutely. And anything
Yeah,
you bring to me like that is going to be so beneficial for our other students
yeah,
um,
exactly.
to talk through, to understand how to use it. And yeah, absolutely. The other great thing about juvenile literature is that, like the younger children's literature, is you can probably read this book in, well, if you're really an advanced student, then you can probably read it in 15 minutes. And
Exactly. Yeah.
and versus if I said, "Oh, read my favorite book to get better at English." My marketing team, they're awesome. They made a meme for social media and they suggested that people read English classics to learn English. And I said, "No, I need
No,
you to
no, no.
take that meme down and I need you to say read children's books." because
Exactly.
because
Yeah,
because classics like you can read English classics, that's great, but like um, unless you're getting a master's in English or something like,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not gonna know how to use English from a different time period
Exactly.
correctly. Like now we could, I mean, goodness, if we want, if people ever want, we could do like a short segment on some famous English poetry. But
Yeah, we can do
that
that. Yeah,
is, and that's really good for the culture and for illusions, but it's difficult to understand those things.
yeah.
So if you really want to get that level of English, um, that's more of a hobby level, um,
Exactly.
or enroll in a class or something like that. It's not necessarily something that it, the children's literature is going to benefit you more directly in your communication with other people than
Exactly.
high academic classics or poetry is in
Yeah,
English.
I mean that explains by itself that juvenile literature or children's literature it's very raw and very basic form of communication because as children, I mean they are just forming words and sentences in their mind and then they're trying to kind of give names to the word to the objects that they're seeing around and then they start from the nouns. So
Yes.
yeah, so
And
I
you're
think
gonna learn so many vocabulary words. Like in
exactly,
this
exactly.
ridiculous book, the
Yeah,
cat just keeps um, stacking things higher and higher. And so you
yeah,
get this
exactly.
hilarious picture that's going to help you remember
Yep,
vocabulary words.
yep,
You're going to
yep.
get a hilarious comedic sentence, and you're going to be able to figure out what the vocabulary words are by the
Exactly.
pictures. And so you're gonna learn things like a little toy ship. Oh, a little toy ship, and you
A
find the
little
little toy
push.
ship in the picture. My
Yeah,
children do this. they hear and then they want to look at the picture. Oh, I see the little toy ship. And they say that to themselves, you know? And what are
Exactly.
they doing? They're memorizing English
Memorizing.
vocabulary.
Yeah.
And they're a
Yeah.
native speaker, but they're memorizing this English vocabulary. Um,
Yeah.
so it's just going to be, you might never learn the word rake, but if you
Yep.
read children's literature, look, here's a rake.
It is
There
right.
it
Yeah.
is. You found it in the picture. You're going to know umbrella because everybody needs an umbrella for the rain. But if you live in an
Exactly.
apartment, you're not going to know what a rake is.
Yeah.
But there
Exactly.
it is. Now you know.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
all right. Well, thank you so much, Akilish, again, for being in our class. I think that you make this advanced class much better.
Yeah.
And I want you to know if you're listening and you're a Spanish speaker, you don't have to be as advanced as Akush to be on our audio. I think we could probably have as many as two students talking in my
Hmm.
advanced class. It would
Yeah.
be a three-way conversation. We could figure out and get a good dynamic for that. And we want to have a Spanish speaker who's an advanced student join us so that you can share your perspective on
Exactly.
Spanish coming to English. We're all going to learn. My language professor, Dr. Roby, he
Hmm.
was the head of the language department at the university that I attended, and he had a quote, and it said, "He who does not know another language does not know his own language."
Yep.
And that, I believe, is completely true. And there are
Completely
so
true.
many people in the world who know one language, and they don't know their own language because they have
Yeah.
never had to really think about communicating outside their own culture, outside their own idioms, outside their own geography. And once we see that, we can become incredible communicators in our own language
Exactly.
and in another one. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now because we're getting to be close to an hour, and that's okay. I don't
Yeah.
mind. My classes can be anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, but I am going to try to stop them at an hour. If there's more ongoing communication that needs to happen, we're just going to jump over into Discord. So if you haven't downloaded Discord, go ahead and download Discord, and you can message me if the invite isn't working. You can message me on WhatsApp, and I'll send you a new link. They expire for some reason, and so I'll send you a new link, and you can get into our Discord channel. We're going to be building it. I'm learning how to teach through YouTube live stream. I've been teaching online for years, but doing a live stream is new to me. So I hope it's beneficial to you. And if you have suggestions, I don't feel threatened by suggestions. I've been a leader for many years now, and I got past the, oh no, I don't want to hear, no, I want to hear suggestions. Let's all work
Uh-huh.
together and let's learn together. And
Yep.
I hope that this free English becomes something that really uh, builds you as a person and then builds the economy in your country and strengthens your personal community, your family, all of these things.
Yep.
Thank you so
Yep.
much. All right.
Yep.
Good night. Goodbye, everyone. See you next
Yep.
time.
See you guys. Yeah.
Hasta luego. Ciao.